Fall in. Dress right dress, cover down, 4 and 40 all around. It's time for the Abington Veterans Muster. Hello, my name is Travis Partington, Marine Corps veteran, Abington resident, and your host. And I want to start by saying Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas to me. I hope your Thanksgiving was a safe one, a happy one, and you're still full from all the turkey. But now it is Merry Christmas, and I'm so happy you're with us here today for this last show of 2025. And starting off with passing the word, I want to give an update on the Abington Heroes banner. So you've been seeing these green banners coming up all over the town. I even have one. Good story there. And these are very, very, great ways to honor those who served our country from Abington. But unfortunately, we had the Grinch threw a monkey wrench literally into our schedule and our program for this initiative. And, true to Abington form, we're coming together to make sure we get these signs up as quickly as possible. The Grinch will not defeat us. We in Abington are stronger. We have the Christmas spirit, and we have what this community is to make sure these signs go up. So I'm just asking for your patience and your support as we work to make sure the Grinch does not win. So thank you, and just keep watching this space for more information on that. We're looking to have the signs up sometime in January, if not sooner, and we appreciate, again, all your help in this initiative. I want to talk about the Veterans Giving Tree put on by the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Deborah Sampson Chapter. For those of you who don't know, the Daughters of the American Revolution can literally trace their lineage back to when this country was born. And they've kept their lineage alive, and they've come together for events like this. And for the last 3 years, this is year number 3, they have a Christmas tree at the town hall with tags on it of items needed for veterans who are homebound, can't get out, widows, or veterans who are living at Colony Health here in Abington. You can go down to the town hall, you can get a tag, you can get Amazon wish list and get these gifts, and they're looking at having these gifts to these veterans by December 15th. It's just a great way to make sure that we in the community here support those veterans who can't have Christmas or can't get to Christmas. We bring Christmas to them, and we are so appreciative of the Daughters of the American Revolution for what they do for our veterans. Thank you very much. Next is the vehicle fundraiser update. Now, as you know, this one is very personal to me. It means a lot. We need a new veterans transport vehicle. There are some veterans who cannot get to their VA appointments in Jamaica Plain, in West Roxbury, or Brockton. And if they have to, try to make ends meet with their limited budget, an Uber ride eats into it. It's an expensive thing. And if you can't drive, it's also very stressful to try to get to your appointment for care. This vehicle will help that for many, many years. And I'm pleased to say that we have now raised over $30,000 towards this goal, over 1/3 of the way there. And we couldn't have done it without you, and we appreciate everything you've done to support this. So at Christmas time, if you have a little something extra, we'd appreciate you donating to that. You can go to the Abington Rotary, and there's going to be a link in the show post where you can find out how to donate and help out in this regard. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Walmart in Abington on Route 123. Walmart has come through for the Abington Veterans Services with donations, support, and other items for veterans around Christmas time. And again, this is a team effort here in Abington for veterans, and we really appreciate what Walmart has done for us this Christmas spirit, this Christmas time. I love it. And having these items available from Walmart will allow us to make a Veterans Christmas brighter. Thank you, Walmart. Last but not least, if you are a veteran or a widow of a veteran or a veteran's family struggling during this time, and I understand it can be hard to make ends meet for Christmas, please reach out to the Office of Veterans Services for the town of Abington. Lisa or Adam can get you started on a way to get help. It's there for you. And we have a discretionary fund for this reason. There are other items available for you other programs and services to help you through a hard time, whether it's now during Christmas or the whole year. We are here for you, and we want you to get the support you need. This is the last show of 2025. I've certainly enjoyed doing all of these, and my next guest is going to be a very special one. I can't wait to introduce you to them, and as we say, stand by. And we're back. I have a special guest. I know how to say this. It's one thing to talk to a veteran, and I've talked to all kinds of veterans, flag officers, generals, staff NCOs, even fellow Lance Corporals. But I don't think I've ever talked to a Marine Corps Master Sergeant. And I love Master Sergeants. I was just talking to my guest about how and why I do. And this Master Sergeant is also a female Marine. Not that makes any difference to Chesty Puller, but for me it's a special treat because I've never done it before. So I want to introduce my next guest to the Abington Veterans Muster, Abington resident, Debbie Lathe. Debbie, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
So I want to start by saying, Tim Fidelis, do you feel the spirit of Chesty right now?
A little bit.
Yeah. He's up there watching us. He's got his duty belt on, and he's seeing what these two Marines are doing right now.
Right.
Thank you so much for coming out and joining me today. I served from 95 to 98 in a battalion that didn't have a lot of female Marines in it. The most senior enlisted Marine that we had was a staff sergeant. Mm-hmm. And then we had a couple of captains, I think one major in the S shops is where they were at. They were in the H&S battery. But I've never talked to a Master Sergeant in this high a rank, and I'm just pleased as punch. When did you join the Marine Corps, Debbie?
I joined in September of 1983.
So I joined in May of 95, so you got some time.
A little bit of time.
So that was right in the Beirut years and all that, wasn't it?
Yes. Just beforehand.
Yeah. What happened to the Marine Corps? Because I've always been told by, when I was in by people who had served during that time that things started changing after Beirut.
I think more of an awareness. Okay, we're not quite ready. What can we do? How can we train differently to get people on par with what needs to be done? And we saw the same thing for the Iraqi war too. Okay, we need to pull away from running constantly and let's start training, doing firemen's carries and making sure people can pull their weight and things like that, more physical.
What was your MOS in the Marine Corps?
4421, which is the legal field, so I was a legal clerk.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So I have to think you dealt with a lot of NJP type stuff.
Oh yes.
I wasn't a nasty Lance Corporal. I was terminal Lance because my job went away, kind of like the tankers did. Mm-hmm. But in your experience, Debbie, Lance Corporals seem to find all kinds of ways of getting in trouble, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Like it never ends, does it?
They have to one-up each other to see who can do something worse,
But the thing is, they ruin it for all of us. It's like, wait a minute, Staff Sergeant, I didn't do any of that. Why am I filling sandbags?
Right.
Just because some guy in some other battery did something. Another battery.
Yep.
We were good. Well, you're all getting punished.
Exactly, because they can't have the public constantly seeing things like this. So they figured if you just punish everyone, you'll avoid it. Not true, but
No, it's not true because again, Lance Corporal Schmuckatelli is like, that's a pretty good idea.
They all know better. They're all smarter than the last one.
And they don't think they won't get caught, which I'm like, I don't know, man. First Sergeant's been around for a while. Which is interesting because you went the Master Sergeant route. And for people out there, you go from Sergeant, Staff Sergeant to Gunnery Sergeant. Mm-hmm. And then you have a choice, like a little fork in the road. Mm-hmm. You can go First Sergeant or Master Sergeant. There's a difference between the two of them, right?
Yes.
What's that difference, please?
First Sergeant is going to go with a battalion in a company. Master Sergeant is going to stay in the legal field, or whatever field they were brought up in for their MOS. And that's what I chose to do. And I didn't want to run a company or a battalion. I wanted to stay in the legal field.
So I served with Master Sergeant Trujillo, and he was like the senior enlisted guy over Hawk in our battery. Like if we had a problem with anything with the gear, radars, and missiles, if he didn't know how to fix it, the next call was to Raytheon. That's how high up he was. And to your point, he had no interest in doing the admin side of being a first sergeant.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't want to do the ceremonies. He didn't want to do the punishments. He didn't want to do the praising. He didn't even like promotion. He didn't like any of that.
Oh.
He just wanted to do what his job was.
Well, it is a lot. I mean, instead of, like in my field, being in charge of a limited number of Marines, now you've got all the Marines on the base, or for the company or the battalion. That's a whole lot more to start taking care of, and it is a lot. They're all looking out for their safety, what they have to do for physical training. Have they gone to the gas chamber this year? Rifle range. There's just a ton of things that first sergeant's going to be in charge of, and no thank you.
But still, a lot of people think legal field in the military, and they think the Navy has that, but the Marine Corps has their own legal branch, right? How's that work?
It just like the other branches of service, the manual for courts martial was written by the Army, Judge Advocate General by the Navy, and we just follow those two manuals. But every branch, the legal is the same. It doesn't change.
Oh, really?
Branch of service, yeah.
So the Air Force has their own legal, so on and so forth.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So.
And where did you serve all over in the Marine Corps? Did you primarily stateside?
I was in Okinawa, Japan, and Iwakuni, Japan, and I did a little stint in Rome with an international criminal conference. Did a lot of time. I was a drill instructor down in South Carolina and a sergeant instructor at Quantico.
Oh, wow.
You're doing the same job. They just call you a sergeant instructor for the officer candidates. Yeah.
Okay, so now I want to go really down the rabbit hole. What was it like yelling at all those recruits, the female ones?
So funny, so funny. The reactions of some of them, some of these women have never been yelled at in their entire lives, which is understandable. Hopefully most women aren't being yelled at, but just how they react to stress and things, it's kind of, it can be funny. You never showed them that. You would turn around, go into the DI hut and start laughing with your fellow DIs. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So maybe you can help me clear up a little rumor here, because very few people believe that, somebody messed up and the DIs went through and just launched our foot lockers, mattresses. Like, you all do that, right?
Yes, we do that.
Well, no, there's no way they do that. That's mean. I'm like, that's just a part of the...
That's nothing.
Right?
Yes.
And it's all about unit cohesion. And then...
yes, it's teamwork. It's, again, it's the stress level, because we count them down to get a project done within 5 seconds. And of course, we skip a couple of seconds. And so they don't, it just confuses them. See how they react. Break them down.
One more boot camp thing. I've tried telling people, like, look, do not go UNC on the range. Now, UNC is when you don't qualify. And I don't know, but we had one guy in my platoon who did it, and the senior did not like that. How important is qualifying for rifle range?
Every Marine is a rifleman.
True.
So you have to qualify. You're not going to get through boot camp if you don't. But we're going to help you. We're going to do everything we can to get you to qualify. Well, in fact, every drill instructor is also a rifle coach. We've gone to school for that.
I was sharpshooter. The 300-yard line really messed me up.
Oh, really?
The 200-yard line, I was good, Debbie, and the 500-yard line was good, but it was the kneeling at the 300-yard line where they tracked my score. And it's like, well, Parrington, if you'd actually, focused, you probably would have been expert. So you're just you're unsat.
Unsat, yeah. I think females have an advantage over the males when that. We can get into these small, tight spaces, curl our bodies up and just keep it there. So
you all kind of wrap the M16 around you all, and it's like, wait a minute, right. I'm having to hunch over to get this thing, and it's not comfortable.
Right. Not a problem for us.
Okay, all right. So you do that now. If you did that for boot camp, what's it like training officers?
Well, it's different. You don't yell at officer candidates like you do recruits. I mean, every now and then you're going to yell at them, but apply the stress just a little differently. Just try to get them keep moving, tell them to shut up, whatever. They have such a rigid schedule that they're already stressed anyway, so it's very easy. Just little things that they can't do, like when you want recruits to sit down, you say ready, seat. Candidates will never put their rear ends on the ground. They have to pull out their little camp stools, open them up, and sit on those. It's funny. They're college kids, But
So you had a breadth of experiences being a Marine. You really embraced. Did you really love being a Marine and embrace that whole experience?
I did. I was very lucky. I got stationed at the Pentagon, and that's a whole different world up there. And just being able to do things like an international criminal conference, that was in Italy for 6 weeks. I just feel like I got to do a lot, and even when I was just normally working, the group of people I was around, the best. They were just the best.
So one thing that kind of makes me chuckle sometimes and is the show NCIS.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how real is that? I mean,
It's not.
I didn't think so. And I'm like, well, one of my friends is like, she watches it religiously, and that's how it is. I'm like, I don't think that's how it is, But the law in and of itself is pretty static, but it's applied differently, right? Did your interpretation of the law and how it's applied to Marines and the military in general change as you served longer, or did you just learn more and understand that military law is truly its own entity?
Well, it is its own entity, but it's very close to civilian world. You do something wrong in the civilian, it's the same thing. Of course, we have more disciplinary options with soldiers, Marines, all the sailors. It's still the law. You learn more each and every time, but I don't know. I think it would be more difficult because we don't have to have grand juries and everything like you do in the civilian world. But all of our lawyers graduated from college in the States as lawyers. They passed the bar. A lot of people think that they were indoctrinated or something. Here you go, you're a lawyer now. And that's not true. They're all definitely from...
I didn't know that. So I thought they kind of just picked up their legal side there in the military. And
Oh, no.
So they had to go to school,
Yes.
pass the bar in their state, and then come back and finish out their time?
Yep.
Or stay in?
Well, they've already graduated by the time they come to us.
Oh, okay. So
Graduated college, that is. They will go to OCS in between. A lot of times they'll do it in the summertime and fulfill that requirement and then go back to school and then come out and do more training.
So as I'm listening to you, I'm hearing that this is a commitment. When you're a military lawyer, you made a big commitment. It's hard enough to become a lawyer in the first place.
Right. Well, and the thing is, too, though, the advantage for them is that their school's being paid for.
Ah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Well, yes, but nothing's free, Debbie.
Right. No, of course not. But, with give and take. You want something, we want something,
You serve, and you serve for what, almost 25 years?
Yes.
What was, after doing that job for so long, what was transition like for you coming back to the civilian world?
Not fun. It was very strange because one day you're a master sergeant and you get everybody that will listen to you. The next day you're nobody, And I don't mean, of course, nobody's a nobody, but you feel that it's gone. And what do I do now? So that was a huge transition. I did come back up here right away, got a job within a month, and I fit in perfectly fine, but it was different. I mean, my job is in office work, and I'm not used to sitting still all day for 8 hours a day. That was big. To go out to PT, to go out to the range for a week, and constantly moving and doing things in the military where you're not as a civilian.
How has it been challenging, or was it challenging at the time, to connect with other veterans? And I have to think it's double for female veterans because there's not a lot of female veterans like that, right?
Yeah. I've only hooked up with female Marines once, and it was for women veterans. and we haven't gotten together again, which is unfortunate. Hopefully something will happen with that. But just if I'm going to run into a female Marine, it's probably going to be at the Brockton VA or Jamaica Plain or someplace like that.
So we're both Marines. We're both in Abington, and they made the hero banners.
Yes.
And we have some up here, and I see what has to be for me, and it's a great honor. Your son is a Marine.
He is.
Now, this is, I said, this is a first. Like, I've talked to several, I've talked to a mother-daughter Army, mother-daughter Navy, but never mother-son Marine Corps. So I have to ask, like, what was it like when your son told you, Mom, I want to do this?
I kind of expected it.
You expected it?
I did, yes. He grew up that way, and he knows the environment really well. So it was not a big surprise to me that he was going to do that.
Did you ever watch him get promoted to corporal, or?
Unfortunately, no, because he did 4 years, but he got stationed over in Afghanistan twice.
Sure.
So there was a lot of time. I did get to see him get married and went down to North Carolina and visited him there. But that's it. As far as his career goes, I really didn't see much of that.
But still, I mean, he kept the tradition going, and
Yes.
it had a sense of pride, right?
Oh, definitely, yes, yeah. And his father was a Marine too.
Okay,
So,
nice.
yeah.
Keeping it all in the family. What was his MOS in the Marine Corps?
My son's?
Yes.
He was in supply.
Okay, in supply?
Yes.
Well, bullets don't fly without supply.
Don't mess with them if you want something.
No, you don't. You don't. They can make your life very difficult.
Yes.
So we just had our 250th birthday, Debbie. What did you feel as you realized, like, hey, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime deal? Every birthday's special, but I felt like, wow, this is super special. Like, well, I don't know if I'll live to see 300.
Right.
So how did 250 hit you?
It is a big deal. It just brings back a lot of memories of what you've been through and the past, and I don't know. It's just kind of neat. Do you remember the bicentennial? That you'll never forget either.
Right,
You know?
right.
So you just remember it. Yeah.
Do you have any desire to go down to the refurbished, restored Tun Tavern?
Yes, but it's being worked on currently right now.
yeah.
I mean, it's still open, but it's still being worked on. Yeah.
I want to go, but then I'm like, well, it's not the real thing. I really want to see the real one. I mean, it could be a hole in the wall, but it's not that.
I understand, but I'll take it.
Okay. I talk to a lot of women who have daughters, who are in high school or college, who are like, I'm not sure she knows what she wants to do with her life. And I mentioned the military, and there's some preconceived notions about military service, especially being a Marine. One mom's scared that her daughter is going to be wearing face paint all the time and, won't get taken care of. I'm like, well, no, I know some very, feminine Marines who lean into their, womanhood. But what would you tell a mom who's, or a woman who's watching this thinking, could the Marine Corps be an option for me?
I would say that it's not for everyone, but if this is what you want to do, you're going to have obstacles. You're going to be challenged, which is always a good thing. You can do a lot more than you ever thought you could just by somebody telling you have to do it, and you do it. You can be scared. It doesn't matter. You're still going to do it, and then you come out the other side saying, "I can't believe I just did that." There are always going to be Marines around your daughter to take care of her. Look out for her. She's going to look out for her brothers and sisters. It's just a camaraderie. It's very, gives you that confidence, gives you that self-confidence that you can do more than what you thought.
My fellow WMs in Land Battalion were like annoying sisters.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, they were great for uniform inspection. Have a WM, a female Marine, inspect you, not a male Marine. You'll pass every time. It's just what I've learned, Debbie. It's what I learned the hard way.
Attention to detail.
Right. But then, hey, what are you doing this Saturday? Well, nothing. You can help me move. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. got a lot of those.
Right. And then, you know, I don't think that girl's good for you, Partington. That actually happened. That was a good thing. It actually worked out pretty well. You live in Abington now, and you know Adam is serving veterans in this way, and we have this show, and we didn't have this stuff when you and I got out.
Right.
Things are changing for veterans. Do you think we're changing in a positive way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One huge thing is just getting the word out there now.
Sure.
I never heard boo when I first got out. I didn't know where to go or who, you know, what was going on or for Veterans Day or anything else. But with the advent of Facebook, and you just have so many different ways of communicating now that it's finally getting out. Even voting. Every time there was a vote happening in Abington, you didn't know it. It's like with all of these communication routes that you have everybody's phone number, you know, and text messages, we get them now. So it's huge, getting that word out. Yeah.
Well, this has just been very, very exciting. I hope to have you back on, especially maybe next November for the Marine Corps birthday. We'll see what's going on there. But no, I just think 25 years in the Marine Corps, drill field, training officers and dealing with, and sometimes when Marines mess up, and we do mess up, it's a very scary time. And sometimes Marines mess up and they need that legal review to come in and you know, keep things on the right track. And you've touched a lot of lives, haven't you, Debbie?
I think so, yes. Had a lot of recruits and a lot of people I worked with. Yeah, well, it's a small community. We know a lot. We know each other.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and it is like this big, dysfunctional family sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
But then, you know, hey, if somebody messes with us, we all come together.
Well, and that's the beauty of it. We've all been through the same exact training. We know what everybody's gone through. We have things to talk about and bond over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you. I mean, as we started talking, I could feel Chesty looking down. You know, Heaven's Gates truly are guarded by United States Marines. I don't care what the Army says. And, you know, I just want to thank you for sharing with me, because I think people need to see and understand your story and how you served. But I think it's really imperative that, you know, women who want to serve their country in this way have an example to look to. So I want to say thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm Travis with the Abington Veterans Muster. I want to thank my guest, Debbie Lathe, for joining me, Marine Corps veteran, 25 years, served all across the spectrum of what you can do in military service. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, thank you so much. And as we say, you are dismissed.